So I wanted to tell you guys what I see and what are the biggest beginner producer mistakes that people are making, and I narrowed it down to the 3 most common that I personally come across.
When I look at you stupid, when were you when it was me and the music? Don't compare me to no nigga that I'm better.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video today. I hope you guys are having a good day. My name is Kyle Beats. If you don't know who I am, look at my 100K plaque. Don't you guys love it as much as I do? Today, I wanted to just vlog. I wanted to do stuff. If you haven't checked out the latest podcast, I just put out a new podcast with Simon Servita. Shout out to Simon Servita. If you're not subscribed yet, if you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, drop a like on this video. Today, I wanted to tell you guys about the biggest mistakes that I've seen the biggest beginner mistakes that I've seen from producers, and talk about that a little bit. I wanted to make a beat, obviously, because we're out here making beats. My name is Kyle Beats. It's lit. Hopefully this is a dope ass video, and I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So without further ado, let's get into the vlog. Thank you for watching this video. Let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. All right, so put some gross beat on that piano that I was using. Sounds like this now. Hey, already knew that. No, that's not new news. All right, so using the level up hi-hat Karma kit, I'm gonna click some of these in. I think it just is gonna work. Literally messing around with this a second ago just gave me goosebumps. It's crazy. It's like, I love these little guitar things and just, oh, these jazz guitars in Omnisphere, crazy, man. Who needs a guitar, right? And you got your fingers. Who needs a guitar? Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do on this beat is add like a counter melody. Electra X. Haven't really gotten the counter melodies down. That first one was kind of just what built the whole beat, and I started coming up with like different like ideas for songs and stuff, I guess. But now I'm going to try to add a counter melody, see if it works. Something that always happens to me is my two like counter melodies, if I mute the main melody that I started with and just listen to the two counter melodies, they usually like work perfectly together, even though you weren't listening to them together when you were making them, if that makes any sense. But listen. Sometimes that first melody that you start with doesn't even end up in the final beat, but that's what the 808. But I think this, obviously this piano is tight, so I'm gonna leave it in. Woo! Posted a new video fixing one of my subscribers' beats, part 3. Make sure you go watch that if you haven't watched it yet.
They're more on the academic side of music.
Yeah.
And a lot of the, if we're talking about producers, you don't even have to go to like university. Like you don't have to get an actual bachelor's degree. You can just...
So since I started doing the fixing my subscribers beats videos, I've done 3 episodes now. There's been kind of like a common theme between all 3 of them, and just from listening to hundreds and hundreds, thousands of beats from you guys, like from 1 to 10 contests, from Finish My Beat contests, from live streams, whatever. So I wanted to tell you guys what I see and what are the biggest beginner producer mistakes that people are making, and I narrowed it down to the 3 most common that I personally come across. So the first one that I always come across is just the flow of everything. The flow of the melodies, the flow of the drums, especially the flow of the melodies. The flow of the melodies, the way everything is set out, making sure it matches the BPM, making sure things are quantized, and making sure that the melodies even make sense. Like most beats are gonna have 4 chords behind them. It's gonna go bump, 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 or whatever the 4 chords are. And a lot of times people won't have them in the right scale. They'll be off scale, they'll sound like very Halloween-y type of beats. Or they just won't be on the BPM at all. Sometimes it's because they're unquantized. I think the best way to fix this is go in, look at a melody tutorial. I've done a million of them. Find out what a scale is, look up what C major is, use those notes, make a scale out of it. It can be dun, 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 dun. Just listen to it over and over and make sure it makes sense. Listen to a song. Listen. I know it's hard to figure out, but you can hear it when a melody is off. You know when a melody is off. Don't just power through it and go to the drums. Try to really figure that out. That's one of the biggest things. Number 2 on this list is the 808s. Are out of key. It's one big thing that happens to a lot of people. When you get an 808, no matter what kind of 808 it is, number 1, if you don't know this, an 808 is used as an actual instrument. It's not necessarily a drum. You have to treat it like an instrument. The first thing you need to do is find where the root note is on your 808. If it's on C, then that's great. C5, then you'll be able to just use the ghost notes and line them up. If it's not, you have to find the root note. A lot of the reasons why 808s are not on key is because if they're on C5, they're extremely dirty. So the person put the root note a little bit higher because C5 was too low, if that makes any sense. So you gotta find the root note and then you can work from there. If the root note is F, if F is what normally C is, then you can work from there, click around and listen to it, etc., etc. But you should be treating it like a melody. That's a huge mistake that I also see. Number 3, this is a big one that I saw. I have been guilty of this. Obviously, a lot of producers have probably also been guilty of this. Overcompensating and over applying effects in order to make up for a sound that doesn't sound good. Whether that's a snare, whether that's a drum, whether that's a melody, whatever. Like if you listen to a lot of top producers, all that mixing stuff is done at the end of a beat. Unless something is clashing so crazily that you need to EQ it right away, or else you're trying to get a certain sound, so you need to filter it down to get that sound. Most of that EQing and mixing stuff is done at the end of a beat. When you're making a beat, you just want to level it out. Put everything in a mixer track and level it out. You guys have seen me do it. If you haven't, go watch more of my videos. Try not to save your beats too much with putting crazy amounts of limiting and EQ. Don't get me wrong though. When I used to do this, trying to save beats back when I wasn't good enough at making them, you do learn a lot about EQ. You do learn a lot about reverb and limiting. Like when I first learned about how to EQ, I was using it so much, like EQs all over the place, reverb, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And now I have like a couple EQ. It depends on the beat, obviously. If I wanted to use it, I'll use it the right way. Or at the end of a beat when I'm just mixing it all together, you can use EQ to make things hit harder so that they're not clashing. But yeah, I think those are my three things. Those are the three biggest things that I thought of. At the same time, some of those things are just all part of the learning process. So don't get it twisted. You need to mess up to learn how to make better beats. Because I've done all three of those things right there that I just talked about, and I learned from it. So I just wanted to put it out there.
I just kicked my motherfucking seat back. Yeah. Roll the windows down just to let the motherfuckers know where we at.
Alright guys, so just came to drop something off at my local UPS box. It's late at night. I'm gonna close out the video here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm out, look at me, I'm out vlogging, I'm doing it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you drop a like if you like the video. Make sure you drop a like if you like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And yeah, it's lit. My name is Kyle Beats. We're out here making beats. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hey, you know this. Hey, you know this. I can't get it